Welcome back to Vintage HLC Show and Tell. Today we are looking at luster trims on Homer Laughlin jugs. Now a lot of these jugs I've shown in previous videos, but I thought it'd be good to get them all together because I've been talking about lusters and specialty wear when it comes to like salad nappies and platters and other pieces. But the jugs seem to be a favorite for Homer Laughlin with lusters, particularly from 1910 to 1920. And we'll start with Hudson. And if I look at some of these back stamps, and I'll grab some pieces at random, you're going to see markings from that small time frame, that little window from 1910 to 1932. So this one's 1916. You see an orange luster with this rose and fern decal treatment. Another thing, the decals on these specialty pieces are usually going to be these really large, bold clusters of flowers, sometimes fruit. You're not going to find dinnerware with these decal treatments. You're not going to find a full service of 6 or 8 with Hudson in this decal. These are reserved for specialty pieces, whether they be the jugs or the nappies or the platters. This one was pansies and like green luster, violets. That decal on the back, this one was used a little bit later. This probably comes from the 20s. That's the Raymond decal that we see, I believe, on the Yellowstone shape. We have orange luster. And this comes from 1927. Then we have some Genesee and Niagara jugs. In fact, I think only one of these is Niagara. It is this one. So we have a blue-green luster. Very shiny luster. That's what differentiates these from the wash trims. The wash trims have a matte texture. Another large floral decal. No date code on Niagara. It's not till Genesee in 1912 that you start to see date codes for the first time. There's our cherries decal. We've seen this before in several different pieces, especially where it has yellow luster. Mums. That comes from 1917. So you get all these different combinations of decals and different colored lusters. Let's see, this rose decal, green luster, the same rose decal, but this time with orange luster in a slightly smaller size. Comes from 1915. And grapes, with a light bluish green luster. No date code, so that's probably about 1911 or so. Then we have some Empress. By the time you get to Empress and Republic, you see less and less of the lusters. In fact, they're just going to sort of die out. But here we have Empress, and this is the 24s jug. This is your standard size, medium size jug, sometimes called a lemonade jug. Same's true with all these Genesee jugs. These are all 24s. Mums with orange luster, that's, well, we don't have a date code on that one. We have a smaller size with the roses and orange luster. That comes from 1917. Republic, scattered sprigs, the yellow luster, 1916. Quaker, this is the only piece of Quaker I've ever seen with a luster on it. The Dutch decals, 1925. Trellis, it's rather unusual to see a trellis jug, well, to begin with, especially with a luster. This one comes from 1929. A pair of cable jugs. Look at this one. This one probably comes from the 20s because of that decal treatment. It looks like something you'd find on Yellowstone. That's actually 1931. Virginia jug. There's our rose and fern yet again. I can't make that one out. That's a little too light. And then we have a Hallboy jug. 1929. So that's a little bit about lusters and the Homer Laughlin jugs. Again, this is a really small window of production when it comes to lusters, 1910 to about 1932.